We are back for Theros Chaos. It's been spotty, but we are back to play our mythic odyssey of Theros. And while it has been a hot minute, what do you guys remember from the previous session? What happened?
Big sandy bastard.
You did get attacked by a giant
Killed my
haboob.
goblin.
We were following the sun to go in the direction we needed, and
before
we
you did
stumbled in.
that, you had a
What?
big dragon bone to fight.
Oh, he did, yes. And
That
Mr.
was
Burbles
nothing.
stole his pelvis.
You absolutely annihilated the dragon, yes, you certainly did. And stole some of its body parts, then ran away because you knew that they weren't going to stay down forever. So it's like, you know what, let's get out of the way.
The giants were the corpses were starting to maybe twitch a little bit, and it was time to go.
It was time to go.
And then we snuck up. Well, we were walking along, and then we saw some people, and then we snuck up because Scuts was wary that they
you
might
definitely
be
snuck.
Sandpires.
Yeah.
Yeah, super
Stealthy.
stealthy. But
Really
then we
successful.
just pushed the ruins over when I determined angrily that they were not Sandpires. To which we then tried to steal their pickaxes because we didn't bring our own. I'm surprised we didn't murder Hobo the camp, to be honest. But they
To
did that
our
themselves.
credit, they shouted at us for pushing over the ruins, but we are not the ones who opened up a very clearly cursed casket.
They did
into a
open a
sandman.
very, very obviously cursed casket.
Idiots.
To which these...
We also did point it out to them.
Yes.
We tried. We tried.
To which a humanoid made of sand suddenly whipped up this giant sandstorm around them. A great and mighty haboob. And proceeded to just shred a lot of the archaeologists, the other adventurers that were looting the place. And we were about halfway through that fight after some pretty strong moves from both sides. This thing hits hard, and every time it takes damage, it keeps spawning these weird Anubis sand monsters. Although there was a very important tragic moment towards the end of the previous session. What happened?
I don't want to relive it.
You don't want to relive it. It's
relive it.
okay. There's Pogeg, third of his name, died.
I thought it would be better.
He gone, been deaded. But it's okay, because Pogeg the Third is Pogeg Eternal. And while he can't get resurrected by the evil desert, he's currently wandering off in spirit form to find the nearest goblin to possess. We'll see what happens with that when that happens.
You just be looking.
So, we will pick it up from there at the top of the order, jumping straight into the rest of this combat. Although before we immediately jump in, sadly our player for Bennett is also still feeling under the weather. So, Nadrin, are you still alright to take over Bennett this week?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well,
Already got his stuff open.
fantastic.
Operation Don't Get Bennett Killed.
The plan is to not get him killed. Yeah, I
You
don't want to kill
try.
Bennett.
Oh no.
Try. Neil is the first in the order.
I don't remember if he got his spit back.
Save me, Neil.
I will say that it has regenerated. I don't think it did, but I'm also can't fully remember, so I'll just say yes,
I
it
don't
did.
remember. It was 2 weeks
We
ago.
have been
It was
stood
a while
still
ago.
in the middle of this desert for literally 2 weeks. Very awkward.
This one combat has lasted 2 weeks.
Yes, someone opened their inventory and we've been trapped.
With a big speed hand. Yes.
There is now a proper token for Bigby's hand and Zolt's leg bucket. It was entirely Zolk's idea to use that icon, so don't blame me.
It's the first thing I saw.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Were there still Scuts rocks on the ground or not?
I don't believe so, and I don't know why it gets shrunk. She should still be at full size. No, I don't think there are any Scuts rocks left.
Okay.
Don't think so either. I think Neil hit the last one because Scuts used them to find out that it needed to be hit with magical stuff, not her regular junk.
We'll attempt to guiding spittle the sand creature.
Okay.
Oh,
Is he supposed to be?
Oh.
Are you
Not
at
supposed to be at
disadvantage as
disad-
far as I'm aware?
No,
No,
it was for the hitting thing.
it was
that
for the
a
hitting thing, so
disadvantage.
that would be right off the bat that opening natural 20. So yeah, that would hit and be.
Disadvantage, not me.
that's what
Oh,
I was thinking.
but yeah, disadvantage would be Zolk. Yeah, that is true.
Oh,
I appreciate that, Zolk.
You've got
I
both.
don't.
She got both the 20 and the 1 in that first roll. Well,
Roll 20 giveth, Zulk taketh away.
Neil goes in for his spit, tries to go immediately, and then just whiffs entirely as Zolk casually coughs behind him and throws him off his game. By the way, I'm still here.
And then he is gonna go to this one and try and bite this.
Okay.
Would this be at a disadvantage because of Zolk still?
Yep. Yeah, still within 10 feet of him.
Another
That will hit,
natural
though.
20.
Wow,
It's another nat
that
20.
sounds about right for Neil as well. It's always his other roll. The roll he can't use is the natural 20. Okay.
The nat 1.
Off to a strong start then, Neil. He did get one bite in, though. He took a nibble. Mouthful of sand. And sadly, it is made of sand. It can't be grappled. Anything else for Neil?
That's it for Neil, so...
Do you want to roll to see if his spit comes back?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. You did all right, Neil. You're trying your best. Nadrin, you are still concentrating on Bigby's hand.
Yes.
I don't know why it's removed all the tokens off everyone. That is frustrating.
I am going to... It's a bonus action to make Bigby's hand do something?
Yes.
There and smack it.
I'm going to give him a slap across the face. It should actually have that on its character sheet now. Okay, you cracked it right in the face. Let me really check. It's okay. Yeah, you punch it perfectly right in the center of the face, but just hold back enough to not cause enough of it to fly off and create a new spooky monster.
I am going to zoom out a bit. Over here. And I'm just going to try and Eldritch Blast it.
Okay.
Where's my shield?
All still going for the one in the center.
Yeah.
Okay, both hit.
I'm not sure. I didn't mean for those to be.
It still would still take the
disadvantage
first
or
roll.
anything. Yep. And that's me.
Okay. We're on to Scuds.
You know, she just thought that this was pretty cool, so she's going to, like, use her bonus action to cast Magic Stone. And then since I learned I can use...
Are you... So you wouldn't be raging, so you would still be small. Okay.
Oh, am I not? Oh, I can't cast a cantrip.
Because you wouldn't be able to
and-
cast at all while raging.
Okay, then yeah, that's why I was small.
That's
then.
why you were small. I was wondering why the token was small, but you were in the middle of 4 squares.
Oh, because I shrunk back down then. Okay. Yeah, so she'll spend her her bonus action to cast Magic Stone, and then since I learned I can do it, we'll use my action to cast it as a cast. So fuck brain words. We're making 6 rocks. Let's go. And I guess that's my turn.
I'm trying to remember if you can cast
Can
two
I only
cantrips.
make 3 at a time?
Because you can cast 2 spells in one turn as long as one of them's a cantrip. I'm just trying to think of if you can do it with 2. I think it would make sense that you'd be able to do it with 2.
I don't. It's what we were talking about earlier. Is that you could use a bonus action as an action, but not as an action as a bonus action. So if that doesn't work and that's not how we're doing it, let me know.
We'll
that's the
say
logic
that you
applied.
can. It's not that I was worried about. It's more the casting twice in a turn. But if they're both cantrips, it makes enough sense to me.
I'm
Rules
just
is
worried if I
written.
can actually
Just
have
looking
more
up.
than 3 stones at a time now.
Rules is
Rules
written.
is written is that it's a bonus action. You can do 2 cantrips in a turn.
Then there you go. If that is a bonus action spell, so
Sweet. So then the only thing is, can I actually have more than 3 stones at one time?
yeah, doesn't say why you shouldn't.
Okay, that concentration.
Cool. Okay. I don't know. Artificer spells. Sometimes if I make it a second time, the first 3 wouldn't be magic anymore or something. So
Oh
just
wait, no!
checking.
If you cast the
So-
spell again,
physically-
the spell ends on any pebbles affected by your previous casting. So yes, it is a maximum of 3.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, then never mind. We're just going to throw one of the stones then for my other turn. But then nobody else can hit it with. That's what. I don't want to get near this thing. All right. Yeah, because I actually have to throw magical items to damage it. So yeah, Scuts is just going to.
I mean, your granny stick is magical.
Yeah, but that thing's a fucking cheese grater blender. Married, had a baby, and it's made of sand.
And confirm it really hurts being in this ominous yellow blob.
You could also armor up like you were talking about earlier.
This is true. Oh yeah, because they are both bonus actions. So then I'll make the 3 rocks and I'll drop them a little bit closer to Neil and Zolk, and then I'll cast Armor of Agathis. Thank you.
Okay.
I will do the big brain. That is my
So
singular spell slot, though.
You
Oh,
gain
that's
5 temporary hit points, and anything that hits you immediately takes 5 cold damage and 5 fire damage because of your other ability as well. So yeah,
and I'm giving up my single cast of Cure Wounds to do it.
it's fine. What's the worst that could happen?
We'll find out.
While all these rocks are happening, Sergej is definitely doing like it's a deep take. But the signal from Team America, he's doing that a lot right now. Sergej's in trouble.
Ah. Well, it is Bennett's turn, who is also not looking too amazing.
We're doing the signal together. It made a mistake. Oh god, I need Bennett to do crit on that. Come on, Bennett.
You
You've done
did
like
get
300
a
damage per
crit
turn
smite
before.
on it. You definitely... It is hurt. But it's
I
also a
believe
bit of
you,
a
Bennett.
tank, so... Because if
Hey,
it's
I'm
made
never
of
believing
sand...
the Bennett more than I've ever done before.
So, Bennett is gonna use, because he's got his Soul Reaver and then the whip in the other hand.
Yep.
He's gonna go for an attack with Soul Reaver and then an attack with the whip. Does he get sneak attack? No, probably not.
He's not at advantage, so no.
You would get. I'm within 5 feet.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was thinking that was just from flanking. Yes, you would get sneak attack because there's an ally within 5 feet, and you would have flanking, so it's a +2 to hit.
Okay.
Come on, Bennett. And you're not near Zolk. It was made to be.
And you're not near Zulk, so it's rolling flat. Okay,
You're
yeah,
not
that
with us
is a
now,
hit.
Bennett.
So first of all, that is 29, and you force vulnerability. So that is 58 points of damage.
Go, Bennett.
Good God, why did I give him that sword?
And then
Oof.
he's gonna use the Demon Spine whip.
Okay. You wouldn't get sneak on this one. You only get sneak on 1 attack per turn.
I still had to tick.
So you still got a natural one though.
That's a Bennett roll.
That's a Bennett
That's
roll.
definitely a Bennett roll.
Any movement? Anything else?
Can he Sergej shouts over to Bennett through the thing and just says, "Was the bonus action to use your demon spine whip?"
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Okay. then you're stuck with me, kid. I just give a big thumbs up at Bennett. Take it with pride, Bennett.
Uh-oh.
We got this.
What's
We
the
got this.
worst
I will-
that could happen?
I will wear your corpse, Bennett. I will wear you on my
Add
helmet.
it to the Pogeg pile.
I have Pogeg nestled in my helmet at the moment. His limp body.
And I guess that's the end of Bennett's turn.
He's going to stay where he is.
I mean, he really shouldn't, but he's also gonna get smacked if he tries to leave.
Okay. Zolk, we're on to you.
I'm gonna start with the bucket. Can this pass a DC 9 Dex?
Let's find out. It is not the most dexterous thing in the world. It can pass a DC 9 dex, though.
Is
it half damage?
Why is it DC 9? Is it not DC 14?
It says DC 9 on my sheet and then 14 when I click it. Motherfucker.
Because it goes off your spell save, yeah.
Yes.
So it would.
It failed.
You psyched it out. It was a good psych out there.
Yeah, you psyched it out because it rolled 1 below it. So good.
Don't worry about it. I got this. The bucket happens.
Yeah,
And
the legs fired something at it.
And I need to read the range of a thing.
I don't want to be a real stickler here, I
10 feet.
really hate to
Oh,
say
I
it.
also need to remember something.
But,
Bennett
no,
did a
we're
bunch
fine.
of damage.
I measured it.
So I need to point
Uh,
out where that chunk of damage
Oh, yeah.
flew off.
Damn you, Bennett. But yeah,
Right.
Lead Bucket's going to have to either hit me or Bennett. It's a 15-foot cone, and every creature has to make a
How many
save.
skull charges have I got? Oh god, I need to read the skull.
I'd recommend. But Sogeg points
Does
at Bennett and just points at my very undexterous legs.
What happens when I go to 0 charges again?
No, that if it fires like that, it should be fine, because that's a 15-foot cone.
Yeah.
And
it's fine.
yeah, it's not touching any squares that anyone's in.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, it should
I
be fine.
don't have BTT.
Ah,
at the moment.
right. You need to get that installed. It is
I'm
exceptionally
doing
useful.
a 15-foot to a square.
So, what happens when the skull runs out of charges? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, where did we put it? The mysterious rat skull.
I need to roll a d20. Okay.
Yeah, you roll a d20. On a 1, it explodes, and on a 20, it regains all 13 charges.
Do I do this before the spell is cast?
No,
I'm
the
using
spell
the shot.
resolves first, and then that happens.
Okay, so I apologize to Neil, Scots, and Burbles, but I'm in a sticky situation and I need to not be.
No.
So I'm gonna ring the bell and thunderstep.
Okay.
You monster.
So, okay.
So here's the bell.
If you thunderstep near me, I so help me God.
Oh god.
It does the
I'm
damage
doing
from
No, it's around the people you left. So yeah, that's hitting
Yeah.
Scuds, Neil, and Mr. Burbles as well as the 2 Anubians,
Actually, a monster.
and also all of those that poor set of cranium rats.
Oh god.
Oh no.
This is
Yeah,
fine.
So yeah, everyone
that's
needs
gonna
to make
spend-
a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage because you're near Zolk.
I think that's gonna burn my armor of Agathis too.
Oh no.
Isn't it? Oh god.
I need out though.
So 1. And
If you're rolling to beat me, it's 14 to beat,
so both the Anubians failed.
and then I can give Flash of Genius for Nadrin to survive.
Or for,
Well,
for
Neil.
Neil
I'm
to
not in
survive.
it.
Yeah.
Neil met it.
Yeah.
Meat is good enough, isn't it?
Yeah, meets his beats, so 14's fine. So it's just Mr.
Okay.
Burbles that needs to roll as well.
Oh. Come on, Mr. Burbles. Get with the program. Definitely not me totally dropping the ball.
Oh no.
Also needs
Mr.
I
Bird.
thought help there.
Oops.
So I can teleport 90 feet.
well, first of all, you need to roll 3d10. Oh no,
for
it's
the
not.
damage.
It's the 16. So it would be 16 damage. So that one's dead. That one takes 16, and then it would be 8 damage to everyone else. And I'm just going to say you just immediately blow away all of the rats that you summon.
Neil's health did the thing wrong.
Oh, okay. So, do you remember what he was on before? I think it was at like 70 something. Just okay.
The school didn't explode.
Eeny, meeny, miny, we'll do. There you go. That's his new hit points.
Okay.
Just do that. I'm done with. Ooh, that was close.
The
I'm
skull
sorry,
almost
just saw the chat. Ooh, that was close.
That's me.
Ooh. Well, what's left is the Anubian, and they're on 2 close. So who's he going to go for? He's going to go after Scuts. And he's going to try and claw at you. 21 to hit, doing 10, and a natural 20, doing 20 slashing damage.
Oh yeah,
So
great time to not be raging, Scots.
I am gonna use my reaction
Well, it's
on a
immediately
Thassa's
going to
devotee.
take 10 fire damage just from hitting his guards. I think you've already lost your armor of Agathis.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah,
only the
I did.
10 damage rather than 20 potential damage it could have taken.
Thassa's devotee
You've got
gives
fast-
10 temporary hit points.
Okay, so
Nice.
does you gain 10 temporary hit points.
And
So
if
you
it
knock
goes,
that down to
if
only
it-
20 damage.
and if it's reduced to 0, there's an explosion of 5 foot around you of cold damage. It got destroyed, didn't it?
Yeah, that happened when
Yes.
Zulk stepped away.
No, when this thing attacked you, it did 30 damage, but Nadrin gave you, as a reaction, gave you 10 temporary hit points, so reduce that damage down to 20 instead of 10. But because it went through all of the temporary hit points, the second effect of Nadrin's reaction goes off.
Oh, so it wasn't the armor of Agathis, it's something
No,
else. Okay.
something else. So you'd gain 10 hit points from not
Okay.
taking as
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
And then it's going to take 8 cold damage as you see this wave of water come off of Scuds and slam into this thing. You can see how its usually scattered form clumps together as the water binds it, and it just melts into a puddle of mud. Okay.
Oh, that was cool! She just gives Nadrin a big thumbs up.
Sogek, we're on to you.
I am peeved. Quite. Looking around, what I can see through my Pogeg sunglasses, slightly shaking red.
Uh.
I want to look. Oh, sorry.
Briefly, I can use my reaction to trigger a rage, right?
Yes, you can. So you can
I would
use the
like
reaction
to.
for that. You also need to roll on the wild surge table.
Oh my god. Neil. Neil, I love you, Neil!
You certainly do.
Ooh.
I
Everyone,
love
yourself,
freedom.
and everyone within 10 feet of you get +1 to their AC.
Love prevails once again. Can beat a black hole, it can beat roll 20.
It can even beat Zolt blowing up his party members.
Alright, sweet, thank you very much.
Looking at these withered creatures, I want to notice the big one in the center. I know it's a sandman, but does the humanoid form is like whatever the word is imitating? Does it also look sort of diminished, like withered? Not skeletal at all.
It definitely one. There's a lot less sand whipping around as there was when it first showed up. It is definitely weak. The humanoid form at the center definitely seems, withered would be the right term for it. Almost fleshless.
And then looking at the Anubians, I'm looking for, is there any hint of like emotion on their faces? And do they look even close to fearful of how badass we are, the fact that we blow ourselves up just to spite them?
The sand silhouette doesn't really see, it just seems to be lost in a rage. The Anubians definitely are trying to keep their distance from you specifically.
Oh, that's good. Then Sogeg ponders for a second.
Because if you
He
remember
stops
rightly
doing the
from
hand signal.
the previous session, one of them did kneel to you before moving on to someone else.
Coward! I stop the symbol and I pull out my very, very long pointy stick And I point to this one, and I say, I have a feeling I've got to use all of my abilities to not die here. So I call on the power of the... What's it, my Bob? You know what I mean. Skull taking. I wish for your skull, my little boy, as I will cast Compel Duel on him with my epithet.
Okay.
Compel him to fight me.
It is a wisdom save. He's compelled. He was initially just trying to sneak away from you, and all of a sudden he just turns and bares his fangs.
I crane my neck to his withered ear, and I say, "You shouldn't mess with my pogeg, kid," as I'm going to stab him through the face. Yeah. And give me a sec before you say anything. I don't remember what the AC of these creatures were. I am going to play it safe, and I will use, because I've got two of them, I use one of my channel divinities to use...
To add 10 to it.
Guided Strike, to add 10 to it.
Okay, well, that will hit then. It's 19 piercing damage to it.
Am I... Oh, no, I'm not Headwound. Okay, and then I turn away. It's over. Or is it? Oh, I'll go back in.
Okay,
Chwing.
you stab into it again. It is still in a vaguely solid state. You'll hurt it bad. It is struggling to stay composed, but it's not dead.
Versus. Then with me, I'll use my bonus. I then hide behind my very big shield. I move, because I move one step with Pogeg in tow. And I use my Sogeg brain, because I still have my, what's it called on? I've not broken through my Shield of Faith yet. So Sogeg's going to... Oh, that's so cowardly. I don't care. I'm not a coward. I move back in. I'm not afraid of you. In fact, I look closer at it. And I go...
Just imagine you
I
scuttling
turn
from
my...
side to side like Zoidberg. Just like, what?
Yeah. You thought the signal was me being scared, but now I do it aggressively. I am my turn.
Okay.
And potentially my life.
Mr. Burbles, we're on to you.
Oh, Mr. Burbles, you gotta do something. For once in your life, be useful. Scuts thinks back to like times that they played games, because he's not a creature of battle. He used to play fetch and frolic, so she's gonna grab one of the stones and toss it to him and hope that he remembers some game they played where he would hit the rock she threw at him to try to hit the sand guy.
Okay.
So it's basically I just want him to hit the magic stone.
Give me an animal handling check.
Oh my god. Yeah, we can do this that way.
From Scuds, just try and get it to see if he'll understand. No, he won't. So, you toss the stone to him, and he catches it out of the air, and he's like, "Yes, fetch!" And immediately drops it, waiting for you to throw the next one. Wagging his tail, all excited.
That's you, Burbles.
I mean, I will tell you now, his attacks are magical. He can just claw the thing, but it would mean getting close to it.
That's the only reason I'm not having him go in. I will have him try to mimic his super cool friend Neil, though, who swung his tail to hit it, and try to golf one of the rocks
Okay.
in with an athletics check. Is that what we
It
do?
was an improvised weapon check, or
An
improvised weapon
improvised
attack, but at disadvantage.
A disadvantage because he
Yeah.
doesn't know.
Yes.
Okay. Scuts' improvised weapon?
No, Mr. Burbles.
No.
So
Does he
just
have-
make a normal attack roll with him, and we'll take.
Okay, gotcha.
We'll work it out. So 17, but it's a -8 to it. So that's gonna miss.
Okay. And Mr. Burbles will just smile at Neil and just be like, "See, look, I'm so
did
cool
it."
too." Good grief! I'm really trying to just not send him into the thing. I'm just gonna sit and start scratching behind his horn.
That's fair.
He doesn't understand yet.
Switch
Sogeg, you must speak to him.
to the one that is compelled to fight Sogeg, and he will compelled try and
Bring
fight
it.
Sogeg.
I'm not afraid of you.
But he is going to move to there just to make sure he gets.
Curses. His intelligence.
So,
He's still going to miss. So +2 to whatever you roll.
and second. So I
Hit to
believe the
miss.
24 hits, but the 16, which would be an
Does.
18, does not.
Is this of magical origin?
It is not.
Need to double check my.
So yes, you would take
armor.
half because of your acrotery. Yes.
Oh, 7 damage. I look at him slightly blooded and say, "I'm taking your skull."
Okay. Well, in fury and rage behind you, screams
I didn't touch
forth
him.
the sun silhouette, who is going to try. It's actually going to move ever so slightly just to there. He is going to slam a chunk into the Big B's hand and miss. He's going to slam a chunk into Bennett
No.
and connect with that one with a 26 to hit, doing 15 bludgeoning damage.
I believe Bennett can use his. I believe he's the rogue that has a reaction to take half damage on an attack once a turn. He's not used a reaction.
I think that's only on dexterity saves, isn't it?
There is a rogue ability. I can't remember if it's.
Yeah, it's
specific
like
or it's
evasion
rogue.
or something like that.
Yeah.
In fact, I should be able to just look on his character sheet.
Evasion.
There's a second uncanny dodge. That's the one.
That's the one. Is that all rogues? Or is that...
When an attacker
does have
usually
uncanny
hits you,
dodge.
you could use your reaction to half. So yes, he can use his reaction to half the damage.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay, so it'll be 7 damage instead.
Please work now this time. There we go.
And then, in roar and fury, he will ignite the strength of his haboob and send it at everyone around him, and get a natural 20.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
So that's for everybody within that yellow circle, which includes the 2 Anubians, would take 36 slashing damage.
It's magical.
It is magical, yes. So
I collapse to a knee and I use my ability. I'm not going down without a fight, you slag.
Not the bucket.
I can make
the bucket blows up. Bigby's hand takes 36 damage. Bigby's hand's still around. But I believe that is Bennett down.
Yeah,
with
Bennett's down.
A skull counter, so just on that, I'll try and remember to mark his saves. So, did you manage to stay alive somehow?
No,
Yes.
no. When I
oh
go
no, you
down,
can
I make
immediately
an
turn
attack.
around and stab him back.
Yeah. Stab him in the
Okay.
face, 19.
So you just going for the 19?
Yeah. I don't have any spell slots.
That's reasonable.
Out of interest. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go on. What's your out of interest?
What order do people fall down in terms of I have bloodthirsty whenever a creature dies? I get temporary hit points.
I'll tell you that in a moment, as you spin round with your strength forged from the fighting pits and thrust through the dead center of the sun silhouette, and down he falls.
I ignore your damage.
Ignore the damage.
As not only do I ignore their damage, there was
You then
two
sort
things die.
of
So the highest
he
it was-
technically didn't die. The cannon died, and one of the and Bennett went to 0. Is it based on death or is it going to 0?
He's death. It is death.
So then it's just the one so far.
I got 9 temporary hit points back. As I seep the red sands, I just scream out for Mogus. As I claim this kill for the great Pogue in the sky. May this sandy bastard be crushed underneath his great bronze
again,
boot.
speaking of crushing, it's fight. Oh, it's gone behind the map. That is frustrating. Why has it done that?
I was not
so
expecting that to
there we
kill it, I'll be real.
go.
Oh, for God's sake, do I fall in a hole?
It was literally, I think it had about 15 hit points left. As it collapses inwards, so too does a small portion of the floor below. It's not enough for you to fall in. You are enough outside of the hole to not immediately collapse inwards, but it does reveal a chamber below.
Sogeg says his mighty great post-war speech as he's sort of like slightly sideways sinking into a hole in the ground.
Okay, we still have a few Anubians alive, one of which has been compelled, so cannot
That was
die.
almost immortal.
So, literally, I will let you know now. It is at 0 hit points. It cannot die because of Sogeg. So, Nadrin, we're on you.
Okay, I am going to cast Mass Healing Word.
Okay.
Just need to check. Oh yeah, easy. Okay, so Bennett is gonna get it.
Are you using a spell slot for it or a piety
Yeah, I'm
point?
using
Okay,
the spell slot for it. So it's 6 creatures. So Bennett, Sogeg, Scots, Neil, Mr. Burbles, and Zolk is too far away.
You
I
can
think.
heal Bigby's hand.
I can, but what's really the point of healing Bigby's hand?
He's been afraid. He punched that guy in the face for you.
Nadrin, hang on. We're in the desert. It could be Digby's hand. Because we didn't bring any pickaxes.
I will take a story point away for you for that, Dan.
What if we tie pickaxes to its fingers and it like rolls its fingers? Would it just like super
that
pickaxe
does
through the sand?
Remind me though of yes, as Bennett stands back up again from the healing, or once you've actually rolled the healing for it, he does seem to appear similar to Zolk when he went down, withered and gaunt.
Ooh.
Seven. Everyone who I targeted with it gets +7.
So
Talking
basically,
of gaunt, do I look slightly less? Do I look like I have blood in me now? I'm not sure of the wording on it. As I have.
Scots would
let's have a look.
have to check on her next turn.
Yes, I will allow it. But it also means that you have about half of your blood back. Because while that curse epithet is lifted, you are also affected by the same curse that is affecting Bennett and Zolk,
Curses.
appearing withered and gaunt.
You see a bit of blood eat out of Sogeg finally. As for the first time, he sort of notices it really, really, really hurts. Ow.
But it means, hey, you get those hit points back.
Nadrin, why did you give me my blood back? For God's sake. Take it back.
So that's the healing words. Is it a bonus action for mass healing word or an action?
think it's still a
bonus
It is
action.
a bonus action, so you've still got your action.
Oh, nice.
Which you can use your action as a bonus action if you want to control Bigby's hand.
Yes. How likely is Soga gonna fall in the hole?
Not very likely. He'd have if he went unconscious, he'd probably fall in the hole. But while he's able to control where at least half of his legs are, he should be fine.
Okay, because I was gonna move him.
Tempted to jump in and just let everyone deal with the invincible Anubian.
Would it follow you?
problem.
No, it would follow Sogek. It is compelled to duel, so it can only attack Sogek.
I guess Bigby's hand is just gonna punch it.
I mean, I will point out that this one is still here.
Oh wait, there's one over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that one's not cool.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, there is one hiding over there.
Bigby's hand is gonna go punch that one. Then.
Okay, go punch it in the face. Oh yeah, it just in this comical just puff of sand, it
God.
explodes.
Fucking Bixby's. Oh yeah.
Bigbies don't fuck about.
I respect it. I respect it.
Okay. Does Neil want to try and do anything?
Neil is gonna like lay down and get one of the rocks that Skirt's made and just start chewing it.
Just gnawing away at it. Maybe eating it will bring his spit back.
Nope.
He tried. Scott, do you want to try and do anything as Sogek fights the now invincible Anubian?
Yeah, she's just gonna throw a rock at it anyways.
Okay. Go ahead and make a rock throwing attack.
Or is it not an improvised weapon?
No, it is an improvised weapon. It is
Okay.
your improvised weapon, yeah. You throw it as hard as you can and miss entirely.
Oh no, that was a half-hearted throw. She sees the
Yeah, you're just like
eye lock going on.
Just throw it underarm, just casually toss it, yeah. Anything from Bennett? He's right next to the dead body of the person in charge of these previous excavators. But he did also just almost die, so...
Yeah, I think Bennett's just gonna go, like, over to, like, this broken pillar and just kind of, like, just sit on the broken pillar.
Just
Just
take
like...
a sit. Okay. Zolk, anything you want to try and do? Can you help in some way?
Help? Maybe. I don't know how much this will actually help.
Those are always the best ones.
Don't be measuring near me. Go away.
Don't worry about it.
I push him away with one of my my little hind legs, just like yeah.
If only you had fishermen of allies where you could have actually done that.
Literally could have. Damn it! Oh, I appreciate
I
that.
have 5 health, but also.
Yeah.
For the love of God. You touch me, you see more blood seep into me. You start stinging. Like, aye. Oh, thank God.
Okay, you're all right. But you almost could have taken a lot more damage than was healed.
Oh wait, whose turn is it next? Oh, that's handy.
With that, I walk away.
Do you want to take any attacks of opportunity, Sergey?
I do actually. As Soga didn't really see that, and it's like a horse who's been like approached from behind. As it just naturally, my stinging tail just lashes out at the thing that tried to poison it, and I barbed tail Zolk.
Bit disadvantage.
At disadvantage, yeah.
Do I waste one of my thingies? I'm tempted to.
Oh,
Oh.
17 either way.
Again.
And again.
Oh, you're using yours. I'm using mine.
17 again.
Oh, for God's sake!
You will be poisoned.
Wait, hang on. I've got something for this.
Have you got something for this? Because otherwise it is... Oh, yeah, there you go.
I will use my second point of child divinity
Oh,
to
you...
add 10 to the attack. Can I do that yet? Yeah, I can do that now.
So you could, but he immediately got to cast shield a second time. So
Oh
he
my
got a
God,
plus
please.
10 to his AC.
I don't do that. No, I do that. I do that. So it's 17 versus your natural ACs. Our magics counteract.
Yeah, essentially they would do.
Yeah, I just get hit.
So,
That's the Constitution.
God damn it,
saving
right, let's go back. Okay, so Zolk, you take 9 piercing damage and 1 poison. And I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
It
Is
would
this
take
for poison?
11. I believe Julian Style was still...
Or does Julian Style affect you?
No, it wouldn't. No,
I don't think so.
I don't think it would. No. I mean, no.
Is this for a poison?
This is for a poison effect, yes.
I have advantage.
Okay, you're not
You
paralysed at least. Oh,
Sogeg did not realise any of that happened.
yeah, that was all just instinct.
So I take.
I can't believe that you got the double spell on shield.
He's dirty.
So I take 11 normal and then 2
Oh
poison.
wait, no! You immediately cast again. You need to roll the bell again.
Also, is Zolk humanoid?
Zolk is a humanoid, yeah.
Zolk, you're literally the only second creature that's ever taken this additional damage. You also take 8 more damage.
Okay.
Man,
Make
So,
a wisdom
yeah,
save.
so good. We need a wisdom save.
oh, for the love of God, what's happening?
You are
Ooh,
now.
that's a fail.
Yeah, you're now frightened of Zolk.
Aye.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
With that little bit of Looney Tunes,
Zolk does take 19 damage though.
still took a
Yeah.
lot of damage. So good.
nice, nice.
We're on to you.
Sogeg just looks really confused, like why I suddenly have a sudden sense of dread. But slightly, I'm just going to like turn my head away from the rat and not be scared. And look in the Nubian. I pick the Pogeg off my face, and I'm pretty angry. As I'm just going to I'm going to drop my shield and my Zeist to the ground. As with Primal Rage, I'm going to try and whack the Anubian over the head with the corpse of Pogeg. And I would like to spend 10 piety.
Okay.
As I call to the great Pogus of the sky, as I just say, infuse this corpse with the power of your mighty boot.
Okay.
Pogeg can never be killed.
Make a boot attack as Pogeg, but with Sogeg strength.
I'm very confused.
So basically,
Yes.
make the roll
Yeah.
as for Pogeg, but
So-
instead of having the -1, it would be the plus whatever Sogeg strength
Plus
is,
4, so plus 5 to whatever this is. Where is my little
including the
bronze
save.
booties?
Oh no, is there a saving throw for it, or is it a?
I believe
Doesn't
there
matter.
is.
If you do 1 damage, it's dead.
I'm trying to find his boots. His bronze booties.
I'm sure he's got an attack
Oh,
for
that's
it.
handy. It's just oh my god. It's just a strength saving.
Oh, it's
throw.
a saving throw, right? So it would be a
But it would be quite a high DC.
yeah, a 14 to 8.
Yes. 15 would it be?
Well, no, because
My spell save for charisma is 14. And I've got 3+ in charisma.
this is off strength.
8. Yeah, so 8 plus 3 plus 4. 15.
Okay, sure. Well, is it not? Because yeah, target must succeed on a 10 plus strength modifier one, so it's literally
I'm
just,
dumb. This isn't like a normal spell. Sorry,
yeah,
yeah,
this
you're
is
right.
literally
You're
just
right.
10
Yeah.
plus your strength.
Yes, 14. Pow!
That fails.
Get cleaved.
Go ahead and roll
Get cleaved.
2d10
Plus 4.
as you
15.
slam. Pogeg boots first into the Anubian. It just explodes in a shower of sand, except for just its head, which sits still snarling on the ground before disappearing in a bloody mist a few seconds later.
I let out a great Pogis war cry as I just hold my Pogeg in one hand in the sky. For Pogis! Yeah! Oh, I'm really scared of that rat. Spooked me.
There it is. Go ahead and give yourself 3 piety points as well.
Yay. Worth the 10 I spent.
Okay, and with that, that is the end of combat.
My skill stared of Zolk.
Uh,
I think I will.
yeah, it won't last particularly long. It'll probably last basically till the start of his next turn, so 6 seconds.
As soon as I see Zolk, I let out a sudden screeching scream and use my ring of jumping to vertically leap 30 feet in the air and jump into the hole. Hey!
So you're just jumping straight down.
Yes.
Have you got anything to avoid fall damage?
No.
And you're adding an additional 30 feet to this?
Yeah, I guess I am. That one through, to be honest.
Does anyone want to intervene in this in any way, shape, or form?
Hang
on, let me check.
I don't know, maybe like catch him out of the air with a big hand.
I was going to say, can Bigby's hand try and catch him?
Go ahead
Stop him
and
from
make
killing
because
himself.
there's a check for it, isn't there? Go ahead and try and catch him.
What was the
You
check?
failed Pogeg, it will never
It should
catch
be
me.
on his sheet. What is it? Grasping hand. So basically, it's a grapple off between. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. It would be. Yeah, you would just be able to catch him there because you're trying to catch him, not try and move somebody that doesn't want to move. So yes, you would just be able to catch. So I guess he starts to fall, and gently lowering him to the ground.
I just weep as a mess. It should have been me. Why didn't you catch Pogeg? We peer into this. How deep is the hole, out of interest? I'll poke my head over.
How far can you see in the dark?
60 feet, I believe, actually.
Oh
no, I'm wrong character. No, so I guess standard, which is like 20 feet, right?
20 feet. It goes deeper than 20 feet.
Good thing I didn't jump in. Cheers, Bigby Sand. You got my back. Snap myself out the daze and come to my senses.
So is there anything else you want to do with? I know Zork's probably going around and looting the archaeology kits. I'm just trying to think of what the actual kit is in D&D. Whether it's miner's tools or I think.
If you have a look at the actual casket that summoned a gigantic ball of sand.
You're welcome to have a poke at it if you think you can work it out.
Okay, it's pretty clever. Tell me your secrets, Ern.
Okay. What are you doing with it? So it is
Is it closed?
It's probably about 3 feet tall, well, 2 feet across. This quite large urn, seemingly made of solid gold, with a capstone to it. Again in gold, of this stylized animal head with this great glowing jewel at the top of it, or well, glowing very, very dimly as the top has been removed. You can look inside.
I poke the end of my Zeiston in it and like wiggle it around. Ringing a bell. Ding 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 ding. Does anyone know what this urn is?
As for Zolk, you'd be able to find enough to make. I'll just say it's a set of Smith's tools because I can't find the. Oh, no, Mason's tools. There it is, Mason's tools, which is a trowel, hammer, chisel, brushes, square. It's all enough to be able to actually carve and get stuff out of things, as well as, I'll say, 5 pickaxes if you want to take 5 pickaxes.
Yes.
Did Zolk by any chance find any javelins?
No javelins that you could spot.
Oh,
Maybe that's why they all died or ran away immediately.
that's literally why. Would have done well. There is that javelin.
So, what were you doing with the urn? You were ringing it around like a bell.
Yeah. Just like picking it up with my spear and just like ringing it about and asking everyone, does this do anything?
It's definitely making a metal sound as it rings around. It's heavy. You'd be using both hands to be able to lift your spear with it on the end.
Ring a ding 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 ding.
You're definitely strong enough to lift it. It's notably weighty to do something like that with.
Scuts will reach out for it, curious to see what it is.
So there's 2 halves to it. There's the urn itself, and then there's the lid.
I'll lower the urn down if you want the urn. Careful, Scuts. I don't think we should be playing around with this, I say as I recklessly lower it down.
I'm not playing, Sogeg, as she grabs it. Being very serious right now. These could be the source of the Sandpires. Because when he broke this, then it made the sandstorm that started spawning what were very clearly, definitely Sandpires.
We did kill it by piercing its heart at the very end.
Right, but like...
I'm pretty sure it was a Sandpire.
Your Zeiston is made of wood,
Which
and wood is a stay.
literally makes me a vampire hunter. Which makes me pretty cool.
All right, Victor, settle down.
Sogeg's going to start wearing some very cool... I hope you're all ready.
So the treasure hunters are clearly going around unearthing these, and when they break them open for gold and money, like dumbasses, then they release more Sandpires, and that's why everyone's getting all dried up and dead.
I'd like to spend 10 story points.
Okay.
As Scott said, more, I don't know how this would work, but almost sort of like Scott's story inspires me so much. It's almost like Sogeg's actually getting scared of the Sandpires right now. I'm sort of want to just release my fear. I'm oozing out 10 points of story into the world that the Sandpires are awakening and being released.
I will also pull 10 story points towards this.
Paying 20 story points to increase the number of Sandpires in the world.
Because the treasure hunters are releasing them.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sand pirates are releasing the Sandpires. This is a problem.
This is Akros. If I was in charge, Acronians would never have done this. I had a very strict anti-Sandpire policy.
Yeah, I don't see Granny really having done this either. We gotta help them out for their own good.
100% sold.
I would like to take a closer look at the head of the urn. Does it look Sandpire-like to Scuts?
Make an investigation check. Or a history check, I guess.
Oh, they're...
They're
we'll
both
go with
brilliant.
investigation.
You look around of this stylized animal head. It's been damaged pretty harshly by the previous people that were here that smashed it open. But there's enough to be able to sort of recognise a vaguely canid face, like the head of either a dog or a fox, jackal, that kind of thing. Which means it does have small carvings of fangs along its canine jaw, like most
That
dogs would typically have.
But it also looked like those little sand guys that the sandstorm was spitting out, right?
Pretty much, it is very similar to.
She nods firmly as she holds this out to the whole party to see. I mean, those were clearly Sandpires. And she just like points to the fangs, and her face, her expression is just like 100% this is it. Eyebrows raised, sure face.
I'm just nodding furiously.
Nadrin, what do you think? As she hands over the head of it to Nadrin to study.
Buy into our delusion.
Seems completely reasonable to me.
You must ask Zog. Zog's the clever one.
Yes.
Hmm?
Zolk, get the treasure out of your ears. Come take a look at this. Does it look like a sandpire to you?
Yep, that's a Sandpire.
I don't know which role you take, but either one is great. Oh god. Alright, we're great. This is great. Sandpires, we are going to fight them. Scuts will just like... Scuts will put this in the granny bag. Maybe Granny will know more about them and can help us. And she's gonna
just the head of the urn, or both halves.
Is there any identifiable features on the bottom of the vase, or is it just like a regular urn, smooth?
It does have carvings, but they are this sort of pictographic language that you don't understand at all. Doesn't seem similar to anything you've seen before.
Not even on the obelisk on the way in?
They do look similar to the language that was at the top of the obelisk.
Scuts will take a look at the lower half as she picks it up. You guys, this must be the Sandpire language! As she points to the urn. And she will put both halves into the granny bag for study.
Okay, so we've got a top half of Sandpire urn.
Scuts will kind of shuffle around in the sand and ooh. I'd like to check if she would realize that maybe the hole in the ground might correlate to where the butterfly goes down, where it went down to. The one that went to the treasure she wanted. So will she go through the hole and see if it connects, or will she try to dig straight down?
So that spell would have ended by this point.
Yeah, but she saw where it dug.
You know that it went straight down into the sand.
Yeah. I want to know if she would think about going down in the hole, or if she would just try to dig in the sand.
That's entirely up to Scuts.
It is. There, I'll use a we're gonna dig. As Scott starts digging over here, I'll let anybody else figure out if we want to go down in the hole. But I think it dug down in the sand somewhere right here. So Scuts is just going to begin digging furiously down.
Dropping a pebble into this hole, how long does it take to... Listen out for how long it takes to, like, at the bottom.
Make a survival check for me.
Very good at these. I get out my survival hat.
You drop a pebble down, but with the noise of Scuds digging and everyone playing around with the gold and the urn, you don't quite hear it hit the ground.
How wide is this hole?
It would probably be a bit of a squeeze for yourself, but for everyone else, they should be able to fit down well enough.
Guys, it's time to take the angry elevator, as I think I'll turn myself into a lift. I just sort of wedge myself in the hole, like just a test practice. Can I like start crawling vertically downwards?
I mean,
Nestle myself.
there's also a giant hand that
I
can
literally just
float up
moved
and
to the
down
right,
right
and
next to
just
you.
saw them big hand, yeah. That would have been a.
No, we're already committed now.
Me, it's not as angry as me. I've got a pogeg weapon to use.
I'm gonna go over to Skuts and just gently put a hand on his shoulder. Why don't we go down that hole over there? It'll probably connect.
Nadrin! That's so smart! I can save my muscles for fighting, not for digging! And she just, like, offers you a high five.
I will return the high five.
Ah! I'm so glad you're not poo-brained anymore.
It's far weaker than you think it should be.
Yeah, there's just this thunderous clap as Gus just goes in way too hard on the high five. It just leaves your hand stinging for like 5 minutes afterwards.
She, like, smacks hands, and then Nadrin's standing there with, like, the tears.
It's like, you'll know for next time, summon Bigby's hand just to take high fives for you.
In the meantime, Zolka's keeping one eye on Bennett while I search this guy.
So you're searching the guy?
Yeah.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Must pillage.
Okay, you root around in his pockets. He has got some relatively nice armor on, a shiny, relatively decent sword, but nothing to write home about. He'll have 65 gold coins on him, and a small sealed note, or a resealed note. You can very clearly see that it's something that's been opened and then closed again.
Well, I'll take all of the above, I guess.
So you're going to strip him out of his armor?
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't need it. He'll wake up later and worry what the fuck's going on, but yeah.
That is true. He will be waking up at some point.
That's a him problem. I was debating burying him, but that's going a bit far.
So you get yourself. It will be just some. It'll be, where is it? A mundane Curiothorax, just a standard Curiothorax, which is medium armor. A nice looking sword. Let me just have a look at the type of sword it is. It would be a copis. Nice simple copis. 65 gold coins, and a small sealed letter.
How do I spell any of the above?
Look under items and look at armor and weapons and you'll find the Curiothorax and Copus.
We'll keep them.
Anything else you want to do at the top of the hole? Any other things to investigate or poke around? I don't know, like the giant pile of gold coins right next to Zolk, I don't know.
Yeah.
The other open urns. I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
I'm going to take a point of story away from that one as well, Nadrin. You may type the pun, but I still see it.
Whip it!
Right, I've added them to the party
How are we
inventory.
not a party full of bards? All we do is make bad
No,
puns.
it's too dangerous.
I'm dipping into bard next time.
I tell you what, if it gets to the point where the entire party ends up losing story from annoying me with too many puns, I will end up having to give you a group epithet that gives everyone vicious mockery. So, anything else you investigated at the surface, or are we seeing how Sogeg does shuffling his way down the pipe into the darkness?
As a player, I would entirely like to check around this neat area, but as Scuts, I've confirmed there are Sandpires, and now I'm watching Sogeg do his thing, so
That's
I'm good.
because it will take Zolk a good moment to undress this corpse, so...
I don't want to see that.
Someone tells me you haven't done Sedime enough.
Sogeg! Be careful! What if that's a Sandpire lair? Scuts just suddenly looks like terrified as this realization sinks in.
See, I normally will be terrified, but I got some dirt in my ear. Don't think I can hear anything.
Sogeg, give me an athletics check.
Oh, it's good I have that advantage. Wow, I needed it. Jesus.
As you shuffle down, blindly grasping with all of your legs and hands and claws and tail, just on whatever handhold you can find. It's difficult. Every place you put too much weight on the way down crumbles beneath you. But you are still able to hold yourself in place-ish after descending. I'll give you 20 feet descent from that. There is still room to go down.
With my next 20 feet of dark vision, can I see the bar?
Just about. You can definitely start to see shapes, but not the floor itself.
Oh, I think I can see something down here.
Sandpires!
Oh,
She shouts down.
Is it Sandpires? 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 Echoing down. Okay, so are you continuing down?
I will, but at a slow pace to wait for Zolk to do his shenanigans.
Okay, well, we'll go back to Zolk then after you have gutted the dead body for all it's worth.
Forgot to make a bottomless bag. I'd be able to shovel all the gold into it otherwise.
Well, you're now going to have to carry this dude's armor that's a size bigger than you just in your hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just mount Bigby's hand and nod at Nadrin.
Was everyone else just climbing into Bigby's hand to lower down after Sogeg?
Yes.
Okay. So okay, give me.
If it's big enough,
It would be.
in the
It would
if
definitely
it's
be big enough.
big enough in the area, I want us to like lower down next to Sogek and just keep
You'd
going.
literally just be hovering directly above his head and waiting for him to make enough space for you to squeeze past him.
Just about being able to see the ground, Sogeg sees his chance to stealthily infiltrate the lair of Sandpires. I'm going to purposely lose my grip from the an attempt to duck and roll onto the ground.
Make an acrobatics check.
Sogeg, you're so majestic.
Just
Sogeg seems to have a
perfect.
fedora in his
Tuck and
pocket
roll.
as he puts it on. I am like the sand.
If you scroll down to the bottom, you manage to reach the very base of where this tunnel finds this sandstone temple of some kind. The air is arid, dry, hot in your mouth, and there's a lot of sort of decay or just sort of collapsed over time. Even where the tunnel down began, you can see where parts of this temple have collapsed. And it is a tight squeeze.
Does this door have a goddamn gem?
The door at the far side doesn't have the familiar glowing gems that you're so terrified of. It has a quite intricately carved mural of a single person stood atop a plinth, an army of further people below them, sort of pointing a weapon in defiance against huge, monstrous creatures.
Seems to be a shrine of Sogeg. I think I will find my people here. Real awkward moment to mention, but Sogeg could really do with the rest. I am unholy injured. I know I like to keep a air of like stoicism, but Sogeg's hurt. He's real hurt.
I wonder why I am.
You can't say
So,
anything. You damaged.
What's-
You did
How did
more
you get hurt
damage
like
to most of the party than the goddamn Sandpire did.
I mean, side effects, you know?
You don't deserve Zolk at his best. We don't deserve him at his worst.
So, are
I'm
you
intrigued
trying to just immediately set up camp at the base of this tunnel, or are you going to look around first?
like these.
So yes,
Mr.
to that
Burbles.
side, going off. I imagine everyone's at the very least either lit up torches. Mr. Burbles leaves fire everywhere he steps, so he's emitting a bit of light. So you're able to see to a certain distance. And in this larger chamber to your west, it seems to be a few pillars, some large engravings onto the ground, and another huge ornate door depicting, again, this army of humans, one sort of trying to lift an injured one off the ground, sort of raising them back to their feet. So, what would you like to do?
Guts is going to immediately scan for any sign of Sandpires.
Make a perception check. There's no immediate Sandpire, But there's definitely a lot of Sandpiric evidence.
Oh boy. You guys, this is definitely a Sandpire lair.
God. Then this is where we need to be. Because we're Sandpire hunters.
How would I want to determine if Skuts is like, if Skuts is gonna be brave or if she's gonna be secretly scared. What would be a good role for me to help determine that
Give you a
flavor?
wisdom saving throw.
That was what I was hoping you would say. I don't feel like she
An
is.
11 is pretty low, so yeah.
Yeah, she's scared shitless. Of all the things she's seen from Granny, this is some messed up stuff. Turns people into beef jerky.
Yeah, Granny keeps
And-
people alive, not like this.
Yeah. Not like this. So yeah, she's going to try to conceal. So you just hear her make like a big gulp. Yeah. We gotta be brave. We need to stop them.
Yeah, we're vampire hunters.
Yeah.
So I just start screaming in yeah. Yeah.
You can hear it echo out into the deeper temple.
There's one thing. We still have the element of surprise. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep. Do-do-do-do.
And with that, it's nap time.
I put on my Bennett sun, and I don't know why I've had this for so long. I've not used it yet, and why I've attuned to it, honestly. But I just look upon. Are we actually ready to rest? This room looks really safe.
I
Safe in here.
believe I've set it so everyone should be able to see each other's hit points, as well as the token names, so you can actually get a glimpse at how everyone's feeling.
I think my health is the only thing that doesn't have a 0. Well, I do have this actually. I'll go into this room and because Sandpire.
If you start glowing red, I'll be...
Yum, 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 yum. I use my divine
Okay.
sense. Reveal yourself evil.
You don't sense anything.
That's interesting. And then I'm going to do your favourite one because I do actually have. I sat in one slot of Wrathful Smite left. I just want to double check that is my thing. that
I
gives me-
will point out, Divine Sense relies on not being behind total cover.
Yeah,
You are just in a room.
just in a room. I mean, I'm not very.
Underground, yeah. It's not the most effective.
Does it help
threat.
that I'm glowing red? If I use my Wrathful Smite, I glow beautiful. As I look for blood. Reveal yourself, blood. And that doesn't rely on cover. That's
Your
quite
blood sense, the only creatures you can detect are your party members.
The way you worded that was very, very, I appreciate
Specific, yeah.
that. So Gig declares this. I can't promise against Sandpires, but it's definitely not vampires. Probably. How's everyone else feeling? We feeling safe? This room has some really nice. It just makes me feel safe. It looks very familiar to me. Can I actually just read the writing? Thinking about it. Try and read it.
Make a history check for me.
It says so. Get not an advantage.
It definitely feels familiar. More so than just seeing it on like the obelisk at the edge of the cursed desert. Something about this just seems like it's ingrained in you. You have no idea what it means in any shape or form, but it just does feel like you've seen it before.
Are any of the mural symbols, hieroglyphs, like the really ripped scorpion man called Ishak.
You can't see any scorpions. Definitely some ripped people, but not scorpions.
This must have been before they became. Which proves that I was always ripped, and it wasn't because of my curse. Everyone to know that. I was a total chad before this. Sogek's going to press his night-night button. As he presses the tip of his nose, you just suddenly see his legs explode and poof out. So I use aspect of the deer as I become soft, downy fur covering my entire body. I'm going to use myself
Why
as a
the
pillow.
hell have you got that?
We got it in Neil Lantern, but we used it underwater.
I'm attuned to this as well. This is attunement.
Oh yeah, because you got it because you can double your speed and distance you can jump.
Hey, you look like a spider. Oh no.
As I nestle down, I beckon the community as I say, use me, leader, the noble leader Sogek, as a pillow. Your kindly god king. Sogek's getting a bit up himself now. He's in the actual. He's starting to think that he's sort of hot shit.
I mean, you did just cover yourself in fur in the middle of a hot and arid desert.
God, I'm already uncomfortable.
On the bright side, your
You turned
nightmares
into
are safe.
I'm cold-blooded. It's fine.
You turned into a jumping spider.
Pretty
Oh my
much,
God, I
yeah.
really did.
He's just
I
a
could
giant
actually- oh my God.
tarantula.
You can double your speed in the distance you can jump, and you're fluffy.
And I've got a ring of jumping.
Scott's is not having a good time. That actually sets off her arachnophobia, so she's gonna sit around the corner.
So I could genuinely punt the power I have. I think I could just straight up kill. I have a button to just literally immediately jump and kill myself. It's genius. Don't make me do it. Is it Zolk? You made me
Sogek's
disadvantage
unalive,
one
but
more time.
commit not alive.
I see something just a bit too spooky. A few too many sandpipes.
Well, I'll just wait for you to use your ring of jumping and that while inside and just slam at full speed into the ceiling.
My dog in. No.
So, is anyone keeping watch while you rest? Or are you doing anything to
Scott's-
protect yourselves?
I think Scott's is too scared to sleep, so she's gonna pretend to be brave and just. Everybody, you can go ahead and take a rest. I'll stand guard as she stands like extra bold, trying to convince everyone she's totally not, like, scared shitless right now.
Okay.
I'm going to whisper to Zolk and Nadrin, not getting any hints of Skuts scared. Skuts is so brave.
So,
Oh my
I
God.
need everyone. First of all, give yourselves your long rest. Let yourself get your hit points back, get your abilities back, change any epithets.
Titanic.
So many things I get. Hey, my Gorsoak red cap. I'll waste you this time.
I don't want to give up Beguiling Eye. It's so fun.
You can always put it back on later.
I am going to do some swapping. Rabble Rouser and Bloodthirsty are gone.
You're getting rid of Bloodthirsty?
In is the Fisherman of Ally
I wonder why.
and the Unscarred, because I've not used it in like forever.
Funnily enough, I won't need Reckless Driver Underground.
As
You
I'm
can,
gonna make
like, you are taking a long rest, you can make your vehicle again and
I was
drive
gonna
around
say I left
underground.
myself. I set myself a note. It says summon new cauldron next long rest. So I would like to do that, and also anyone else who has a thing that does that. I'm just proud of myself that I took the note.
I'm gonna choose my unscarred to be resistant.
Do you want your
To
cauldron out, like at full size, or are you going to keep it size tiny and keep it in your, on your hip or something?
Yeah, we'll keep it size tiny for now.
And which enchantment are you adding to it?
I'm just gonna keep everything the same.
Okay.
We spawn in the same thing, keeping it simple.
All the rest I'm keeping for myself.
Which one's Neil taking?
He's taking thrower of balls.
He's going to the vault. He is now the thrower of balls.
Oh, and he also took the rock he was chewing on. He brought it with him.
It's not magical anymore.
He's still.
That's fair.
I should have.
Once you've restored everyone's hit points, because don't forget to restore your companion hit points.
Too soon. Come on. Okay.
I'd like to reattune to the fire disc now that I don't need the ring to stay warm underwater.
Yeah, that's also smart to do.
Flame wheel?
Flame wheel, yeah. Okay, I need everybody to please give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no.
Okay.
Question on if poison.
No.
Okay,
None of these following checks will be poison.
no bonus then.
Mr. Burbles is just chewing on the pelvis still.
You know, I don't think I need to remind you of my disadvantage.
Oh, I've just read some.
For these, I'm not going to have Zolk's disadvantage for.
Okay.
Oh, I accidentally had Neil on disadvantage.
Oh, you mean my crit 1 is not disadvantaged? Damn it. Zolk?
You could roll another.
I can't even blame Zolk. That's what makes me so angry.
Okay, so we've got.
Oh, I shouldn't have blessed
So we're getting Scots.
no.
Neil. Nadrin. Okay, let me just quickly sort these out. If you want to see what I'm doing before I reveal everything at the end, there are handouts that will tell everything that I'm trying to update as I go along.
Just noticed a handout before. Why is there an extra thing in it? Why is there another thing in my handout?
Why is there?
Mighty TM.
Who
Move it.
Who
please.
knows? What could be happening?
I genuinely, I might have to use my jumping because I can't enjoy Scott's joke
Nadrin, do you
anymore.
want to roll for Bennett as well?
Oh, Bennett, yes.
I
What
did
about rolling for Bennett?
What did I do? Oh
Okay.
no.
And
It was the worst sleep ever.
it's not great. Okay, I need everyone to please give me a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh wow, that is bad. Oh wow, okay.
He's rubbing it in.
I think Bennett's the only one that passed that.
If a plus 3 means I pass, I've got that as Flash of Genius.
Are you going to use that now?
Just in case, yes.
and also I think you get told that before a reveal what the result is.
Flash of Genius specifically doesn't say. No.
Wobbles.
If it's anything that affects like a saving throw, if it gives you a bonus to it, it's before the whether it's succeeded or failed. So it's up to you if you want to use it now or not.
I might as well. If I still fail, it's oh well.
Okay. This is a lot of handouts I need to edit to keep track of all of this lot, so
trying to decide what the element is. I need to use some different.
it's okay. It's only on stage 1, you're fine.
Very quick question, but as we entered this, did I specifically get any twinge of like? Does this feel like a place of Mogus?
It does not, no.
Oh, cool. That's good.
I need everyone to please. This is going to be annoying. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, come on now. That'd be good. Not bad.
Are you adding Flash of Genius to that one as well?
No.
Okay.
You sound so sad.
Nadrin. Oh, sorry, that's not Nadrin. That was Bennett. Was that one?
Bennett Neil me.
So I need ones for Scuds and Mr. Burbles. Wisdom saving throws. Okay, and Scuds as well. Here, so I can see what I'm bloody doing.
Mr. Burbles is wise.
Well, this
I remember right, Mr. Burbles is the wisest of us all.
might be a bit of a giveaway for this one, but it's fine. I just need to make sure I've got it switched on because it saves me having to do it all. That one. Okay.
Oh no. Uh-oh. It becomes on.
I mean, Scuds has become Scuds anyway because although I shouldn't tend to keep it, it's always sends it to Granny.
Hey,
I'd be so mad.
everything goes to Granny.
Okay, next we've got Neil. There we go. Neil's going to just start swearing at everybody.
No.
Bennett. Oh, that should be a fun one for Bennett.
God.
Oh my god. neck.
He's gonna come back horrified as to what I've done with this character.
To be fair, I'm doing this to everyone. I'll take the fall for this. Then we've got just Scots left. Okay. Which, hold on, have I not already done Scots' one? Oh, because this is Mr. Burble's one, isn't it? No, who have I messed up this one? Oh, I keep whatever I find was supposed to be for Zolk. So
Oh,
that's
no.
fine. This one's the
Actually, no change.
Yeah, actually
Nothing's
no change. Yeah.
No change whatsoever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess either of us, it's kind of not too far off.
So much for granting someone this armor.
Oh, God.
But Sandpires are about to get much more.
I was gonna say.
Okay, so as you wake from a very fitful and unpleasant sleep, you are affected in various ways by the curses of Phobos. So you should all have a handout for each of the different characters explaining what's happened. For the most part, they're all flaws because it's still stage 1. As it develops, it may get worse.
I don't want to dog myself in, but I got one for a failed Constitution save. I didn't get any saving strength save.
So you missed did I not do the strength one?
Got hungies.
Okay, fantastic. I thought you passed the strength one.
Got a 13.
Okay, I thought you got a 17, but that was somebody else.
I don't know why I just snitched on myself.
Because you're a good player.
Sogeg just points out the dice I rolled in this little chamber.
Did I miss anybody else?
Now's your chance.
Be nice.
I don't.
Got dandruff.
I'll let you know now. The DC was 15.
Bugger, I would have passed it if I used it.
But you used it on the first one and it worked for that one.
I only got one. Should I have more?
Let me have a look. Where were we? So you should have the Constitution one, which is the starvation one. Well, you should have two. You've got two. Yeah, because you passed the wisdom save. So you've got Curse of Starvation and Curse of the Sand. So,
Sleep.
as you groggily wake up, a few of you, as you settle down for first rations breakfast, it just tastes bland and awful. A few others, you can see that your skin is noticeably flaky and crumbly. And for others, you have developed new compulsions, whether it's keeping things, actively insulting people, not taking things seriously, or lying through your teeth.
Oh, glad we rested.
So, you've taken your rest. Scott, give me a perception check as you were keeping watch. As well as a Constitution saving throw to see how you deal with not being asleep all night. Okay, you managed to stay awake the whole night without too much issue. Although you will need actual sleep soon. As for what you spotted during the night, this temple, this tomb is eerily quiet. You could hear a few things shifting and groaning further in, but for the most part, you couldn't even hear things like rats scurrying around or insects scuttling. It's been just utterly silent. Although I would say about an hour or two into the rest, you hear from the top of the hole, "Oh, what the? Where the fuck did my clothes go?"
Oh. Scuts chooses to. Is this above? Like,
This is above, yeah.
Scuts is going to just. She's taking quiet note and giggling to herself quietly to tell Zolk later.
He's got some explaining to do back at base.
So where were you skinny digging?
Well, that depends on if you can make it back to base without, dying from having no armor, no weapons, no food, no supplies, and an entire desert to grass.
It'll be fine.
It's okay. You can't die permanently. It just slowly
That
gets
sounds like
weaker and
a
weaker.
him problem.
Oh, wait,
That
but he
does sound
was
like a him
dead.
problem.
Hold on, I would like to carefully peek my head out. Because he was dead. No one resurrected him, so why is he awake? I know how the
50
desert works,
feet
but Scuds
up.
doesn't.
It's not
Oh.
something you can just
My
quickly
cauldron
peek.
hovers.
Oh, you can hover up. You can
Smack
go
my
up in your
cauldron
bubble
on the bone
car.
and pop
Yeah, I
up.
guess.
Yep. I'll just hover up very, very quietly.
Make a stealth check.
Yeah, because my horn's about a foot above my
Yeah.
eyes. Oh, my sheet went away. Oh, everything went away. Roll20 hates me. I refreshed it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, not very stealthy, I don't think. That's a whole lot of hair to go up before her eyes do.
As you slowly levitate upwards in your bubble car, the captain of these adventurers is looking around desperately, and you're not 100% sure if he sees you. He's definitely looking in your direction, but his eyes seem almost milky and white, almost like he's not entirely able to see around him.
See her fangs. As she squints through the desert sun to try to
Give
see,
me another perception check.
did he grow any sandpire fangs?
You can see that most of the injuries that he took during the fight are still very much there. They have not healed, including a lot of scarring over his face and lips exposing more of his tusks.
My God, he turned into a sandpire. She just covers her mouth and slowly descends back down.
Definitely not sleeping now.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. She peeks around the corner at her snoozing companions. Is anyone awake or is everyone asleep right now?
I think most people are conked out.
She hides under her cauldron. I'm sorry.
So when everyone else awakes, you see
She's
an
just peeking out from
overturned
just the
cauldron.
bottom.
And Skid's probably snoozing away in the comfy duff.
You literally see like her fingers and like her nose. Like she's just barely peeking out of the bottom of it.
Wrapped up in your
She's-
cauldron blanket burrito. Your
Cardboard
cauldron
box in it.
fort.
We're in snake mode. This is cardboard box.
Yeah.
You guys, oh god, you can almost hear a vibrating noise as like her horn is hitting the inside of the
This
cauldron. As she's
constantly
shaking.
bell ringing sound.
And she just takes a deep breath because she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to be too scared. As she takes the cauldron off. Yeah. After all that time in the sun, I just had to spend extra dark time so that my body's in balance. Yeah. Also, there's a sandpire up there. The orc captain, he's a sandpire now. I saw him.
We've got to
Everyone-
get to Sandpire curse.
Did you at least make sure he didn't see you?
I don't think he did, but he didn't come down here.
I mean, he did have all of his tools, all of his clothes, all of his weapons, all of his supplies taken from him. So, how he would have gotten down there is anyone's guess.
She kept an eye on the whole night. We got to be careful. We could end up sandpires too. She pokes at Zulk and Bennett. You guys are kind of looking a little sandpire yourselves.
All a little bit Sandpire.
Hang on, there's a spider on my desk. Ah.
Yeah, new curse. You've got to keep it.
No. I don't want it.
New party pet. Desk spider.
Fiddly bombs.
Look, Sogeg can be the only party spider.
No, he didn't like the box I tried to put him in. Oh, fuck, where are you going?
Oh. Scott starts also trying to chase down the spider with Zulk as we're skittering around on the floor.
Okay, problem solved.
Ah, good job.
So,
Scots will eat the dead spider.
yeah, that's good protein.
That's good protein.
So, in the room that you find yourselves in, that you have taken your rest inside of, there are these hieroglyphs on the ground that you can't quite decipher what they mean, leading up to a large ornate door showing a legion of what seem to be soldiers, humanoids, with the center portrait essentially being of one bedecked, fully high-ranking individual lifting another off the ground. Around you seem to be smaller murals of individuals, each sort of carved slightly differently with a different set of hieroglyphs along their side.
Do these look like Sandpire language to Scots?
Make a investigation check. This seems a bit overly artistic for Sandpires to write. Clearly this is from an old and ancient civilization. But given how Sandpires are immortal, evil death things, it could be.
Guys, I think this is some kind of ancient Sandpire language. And then, where's the mural? Is it at the wall where the door is, or up
So
against one of...
on this door is this huge ornate door with the mural over the front of it, and then there are smaller murals along the sides, basically 5 on each side of the room, displaying individual soldiers as opposed to an entire army that this front one is showing.
They're trying to make an army of Sandpires. Go up to one of the individual ones and study it closer and see if it looks Sandpire-y. And Adrian, come take a look at these.
How do you define Sandpire?
Let's see. We've seen very shriveled things. That may be Sandpires that are... People turn into Sandpires afterwards, so they're like beef jerkified. But the real Sandpires, the original Sandpires, they have the ears and they have fangs. So do they have the ears and the fangs? That would be what she would look for, I think.
On first observation, they seem to be quite significantly healthy, buff carvings of men and women, or at least sort of depictions of in a stylized format. No animalistic body parts that you wouldn't typically expect on most humanoid style races, so maybe some slightly more pointy ears on a few of them, or various height differences, but for the most part they seem humanoid.
These look like regular people to you, right, Nidrin?
Yeah, these look like normal people.
Like I said, swole, clearly warriors of some kind, and various people.
Very clearly, the Sandpires are taking normal people and then turning them, as she points to the larger army-looking conglomeration, and turning them into their Sandpire army. These are their future victims. They want buff people. So gay, they want buff people. So gay, we have to be careful.
Sogeg at hearing that they're going after buff people. Use a point of Ruffle Smite as I just glow angrily red. Say, we can't let them take our buff people. We will pick up the urn. There won't be any left.
You'll never take my pecs alive.
I'm going to scream out another Pogus for Pogus. Death to the Sandpires. Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Let's get them. I'm going to run for the door. I'm going to open the door.
It is locked.
I'm not going to open the door. It's locked. So I was feeling really hot and bothered, and I immediately calmed down after the door's locked. I get my senses. Okay. Door's locked. Does anyone have a pickpocket to his key? Did you feel like just like a locked door? Was it like magically?
It definitely seemed sealed in some capacity. You can't see any obvious keyhole on it.
That's clearly where they're hiding.
I would like to take a step back and try using magical awareness to see if anything will glow or ping magical.
Okay, does it go through cover? They get blocked by total cover.
Within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover.
Okay.
So
There's definitely some like lingering latent magic just in the room, but nothing that you can immediately spot pings as the source of magic. The most concentrated it can be in this room is whatever they use to carve these hieroglyphs seems to have been a magical item of some kind.
Scuts blinks and she just kind of looks around and shrugs and shakes her head. I don't see anything that's magical. What do the people around the door look like? Do they look like regular people or do they look like Sandpires?
So on the door itself.
Yeah.
So these seem to be a lot less detailed, except for the two in the foreground. They seem to be just vaguely humanoid shapes. The two in the foreground depict a quite simplistic looking humanoid that is sort of being lifted up, sort of off their feet by a similarly designed humanoid to the ones along the sides of the room. So quite a strong looking in mixed armor, mostly humanoid features. Nothing that immediately screams this is a withered dead thing that's eating people.
Scuts will just take a step back and let everyone else investigate the wall for a moment. She goes deep into thought, brow furrowed.
Have we got any ideas on what to do? Where to
If no one
poke?
else does, I haven't.
That's always promising.
It's not a good plan.
Okay, I would definitely keep poking. I'm just trying to step back and let someone else do things.
So, go on, Zolk. What would you like to do?
I'd like to hit the door with the mining pick.
Okay. I assume you don't have proficiency with picks.
There's a thingy for tool expertise.
Oh yeah, you have tool expertise. Okay. Go ahead and give me just an athletics check.
I have advantage on those. Oh no, that's acrobatics. Never mind. We'll take that though.
You swing the pick really hard into this door and leave a deep gouge in the stone and metalwork. Nothing else happens.
Attempt was made. Haven't made a hole enough that we can see through it?
No, you've essentially taken a big sort of like there's a huge scratch now in it more than anything else.
That could be worse.
You did your best.
Zolk, give me a perception check.
That's never a good sentence. Where is it?
Fantastic. Carry on.
Since Zolk didn't make a hole, can Scott see a pre-existing one?
In the door,
Mm-hmm.
there isn't any hole that you can spot in the door.
Guts looks up. Does she see anything up high?
Just to where the pillars that hold the room up go, but there's nothing in particular that stands out on the ceiling.
Sogig has the brainwave. So I begin to walk towards this direction. I say, we could always walk around.
Oh my god, Sogag, you're so smart!
Oh yeah, there was another
Where?
door.
I tell you what,
If these doors are locked, I'm going to be so mad. I walk up to this first door and I just try and open it. Yeah.
Yeah, Sogag! Woo! Scott cheers loudly.
Oh,
I flipped my guns.
So good.
so
So
the door there is a small, simple, unadorned door leading to a small room with large carvings on the floor, leading to a similarly ornate door but much smaller this time.
You know what? I'm 1-for-1.
The door on the other side depicting what seems to be a monster of some kind, but very purposely sort of mosaicked or sort of fractured.
Is there any like fraction in the sense that it's sort of like abstract as it is?
Yeah, abstract's probably a good way to word it. Yeah, like very, but it does seem very specific. As in, from a distance, you can see the creature as a whole, but as you move closer, you can see how wide the gaps between the pieces are.
How many legs does it have?
4.
Oh, it's gone from 2 to 4. And I'm guessing is this the mural?
So
Very
this
similar.
is on this door here.
Sorry, as in then the symbols on the ground, I'm guessing, are very similar to.
They are a similar type of writing to what you saw on the floor before, but they don't show anything particularly monstrous.
I wish I could read.
As for the type of monster, give me either a history or survival check.
Oh, I know my history.
I'd say you do. It's even through the stylistic depiction of it, it's a sphinx. Just
Oh no.
split into distinct chunks.
Well, I mean, 1-for-1. Let's open the door. Oh, it's locked. I try and open the Sphinx door, I guess. It doesn't go well for.
Yeah. Do you want me to make your token smaller so you can fit through doors easier?
Never.
Okay, that's fine.
Sogig feels the gods trying to shrink him, and I just sort of like clench as hard as possible. Never.
So
Guts is rattling the door.
yeah, the door is also
no.
One
locked.
doesn't open.
Locked in. I think we're going to beat this with brawn. I think get bashing.
What pieces of the Sphinx are in here?
So, in the room itself is just writing in this pictographic language on the floor. On the door, it seems to be a depiction of a sphinx that has been fractured, that you can see the distance between the pieces as you get close, but from a distance they still seem whole.
Where is it fractured at?
Literally the entirety of its body. It seems to be very specific, almost like pulled apart.
Yeah, is it pulled apart by like animal parts? So like is the head different from the wings, different from the body, or is it just like shattered like glass?
Shattered like glass.
Okay. Hmm. Ah, too bad I can't mend things anymore. Hmm. Mr. Burbles, what do you think? Wise old chunk. I can't move her, so he's just like half sitting on her. Wait. Oh, maybe.
The gods again offer to shrink Mr. Burbles if it's easier to move him around.
Oh no, he's fine. He has advantage. Can he, Mr. Burbles? She says something in Primordial that is kind of equivalent to like when you tell a dog to look for a treat or like seek, like find it.
Yeah.
And I want to have him make a perception check to see if he can, I don't know, smell some air or see where like if there's something that smells interesting or looks interesting with his actual brain.
Okay. Give me a perception check from Mr. Burbles at advantage.
Oh my fucking god.
Thankfully
Mr.
it's
at advantage.
Yeah.
Is Zolk far enough away? Yes. Okay. I was like, no.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll give you this. You can smell bones and lots of bones from this room.
Okay, his butt will wobble
His
off
favorite
over this way.
traits.
He just kind of sits over here and salivates at the door.
That's not the
drooling all
door he
over the
smells
pelvic
them on.
bone.
He
What's he
smells
smelling?
them along the edges of
Over here?
along the edges. In fact, with that perception,
Doors.
I'll be exceptionally nice. And I will. Oh, what's he doing?
Bones.
Unsecret these doors.
As he starts pawing at them, you hear Marful gurgling as he's like got the pelvic bone from the dragon in his mouth still, but you definitely hear skittery, scratchy noises as he's like trying to get, like when a dog's trying to get under a door. And his
Yeah, I could definitely tell that there's something behind these.
Mr. Burbles, put it down. Oh.
Doors.
Hey,
If
you
only
guys, you
anyone
actually
actually
found
looked
something.
around.
I knew it. It did seem suspiciously door-shaped.
They did seem
Yeah.
suspiciously detailed for
What?
something in a puzzle room as well, didn't they?
So yeah, I didn't want to point it out, but puzzle. Let's just open a door.
I thought it was the limitations of the edges of the map making.
So you should open a door.
I was testing out,
Small
having more
door.
fun with the new door feature, including adding secret doors. So
Yeah.
better get your eyes peeled.
Oh my god! Don't say they're all closed. Seen the first one locked. Oh no!
Moving down the line. Bugger.
Well, as you go ahead and knock on all the doors, let me unlock them for you. I'll let you open them up.
Oh, for God's sake! There's many skeletons in there. Bones behind here.
There'd be
know.
bones. There'd be a lot of bones. There's 10 doors.
Why can I see a token? Why can I see a bro writing?
Can you see?
Sogeg's
it,
eyes can see
Token?
through the wall.
Well,
Oh,
let's
Mr.
open the
Burbles
doors.
open the door.
Let's open some doors. There's the doors,
Oh,
or the
that's just
depictions of these soldiers sort of slam forward in these great slabs, revealing the soldiers behind them.
Sog, what do you do?
How
I
tall
didn't
are
do
the
it.
ceilings?
Who opens the doors?
The ceilings in here would be about 20 feet up.
Okay.
And, well, let's kick off. Let's have fun. I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Whee. Oh my god, it's a good roll. I did get a crit. I did.
Really, Neil?
Right.
It's okay. They're only skeletons. What could they do? Oh, don't start showing that again. Come on. Why has it logged me out of Roll20 on there?
Quick, we can kill him. He's gone.
Yeah.
He can't stop us.
Sorted it, and then I can jump back in it. There we go. For some reason, it just times me out on Roll20, even while I'm actively on it. And I'll open up a token sheet, and it'll be like, log back in, and then it doesn't work. I'm like, okay. Yeah, okay, so standing first in the order, although Scott, did you roll advantage for yourself, and what did you end up getting?
Yeah, 18 was the higher of the two,
Okay.
so this time it's easy.
Fantastic. Neil, first to react to the sudden thunk of these stone slabs slamming free and revealing their skeletal inhabitants.
Neil. Is going to. He's going to attempt to guiding spell this one.
Okay. He gets a solid loogie right in the dead center of this skeletal warrior. As the acid burns through the quite simplistic armor over its chest.
And he's just going to try and bite them.
He nibbles what's left, and it just breaks apart in his teeth.
Hmm.
Just going to stay there guarding that one.
Okay. Nadrin, what will you be doing?
I'm going to move back. I am gonna hold Eldritch Blast. Something starts attacking Sogeg.
Okay, so the moment one attacks Soka, you're going to zap it with an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, I also
Okay.
forgot to do this.
That's fair. It's dry in this desert. It's understandable. Sogeg.
Oh, I've got two cool ideas. Give me on a very quick hold. Sogeg tries to figure out this riddle. The riddle of 10 angry skeletons.
Some
Choice.
are in more ornate armor than others. Well, there's a few that are in heavy armor with huge weapons, and others that seem a lot more lithe and armed more with bows and short swords as opposed to big plate arm or panoplies, shields, and everything else.
Sogeg clicks his fingers as, I get it. I figured out the riddle. The solution is javelins. As I walk here, I pull out.
This one will get an attack of opportunity against you.
Do it.
Okay.
I completely ignore that one.
He's going to
Care
try. He's not going to do very good, but...
He's not done very good.
No.
Kind of bad for him, actually.
He's only a Skellington. He's not very strong.
Skellington, he failed. Does that trigger...
It does
Nadrin's,
trigger Nadrin's, though. So you peg him for 1 force damage.
Tragic.
You peg him for 1 force damage. It's the second
sad.
misses.
As I pull out
That hurts, I'm sorry.
mighty weapon. I'm gonna pull out the javelin of lightning.
Okay.
This blade was given to me by some dead guy who I murdered. Behold
wasn't.
its powers!
No, it wasn't.
Didn't you buy that one?
You bought that one from some shark dude.
I did, but I plan on murdering him at some point. For more javelins. As I point it to all the tomb guards, do they look impressed? I pull it out and sort of like beholding it to everybody.
Let me roll something. Give me a performance check. We'll go for that. That's a fun one we don't get to use very often.
Behold!
They seem to sort of very stagger or hesitate in their awakening push. They are still groggy and fresh from being trapped in a 5-foot cube. But they definitely seem to recognize you in some capacity.
Oh, they could be my people. Do I blow them up or do I not? I don't. And instead, I move to the center and take another attack of opportunity. I don't mind.
Okay. Off the other one, that's fine. He is going to slash with his halberd. 22 to hit this time.
I respect his hit.
And it is magical damage.
Oh, you little cunt. Oh, I know who that is now. As he will be the one who is made an example of. I'll stand in the center and just hold up my arms and just shout out, "Behold your God!" And my words of power. As I say the sacred words, I offer impact to the douche who hit me.
Okay.
I offer some kind impact.
Make a spell attack roll. And how far away is he of you? That's not the one I wanted. Just normal roll.
Yeah. Oh my! I add 10
Is there an
to it.
extra?
Doesn't that matter? I always forget if you can.
No,
auto-fail.
a natural one is an automatic fail.
Yeah. Rip.
That is a shame because I would have added extra damage from how far that goes. Like the further away
Wait.
something is, the more.
Can I use my? Is that something that's eligible for my fails successfully? Can I flip that roll?
That is something that's eligible for a fail successfully, I believe. Let me just double check how I worded fail successfully. We change the outcome of an attack, roll, ability check, or saving throw to either success or failure. Yeah, so you turn that into a success. It's not a critical success, just a success. I'm not letting you off that easy. I'm not that foolish. So go ahead and give me 2d8 bludgeoning damage. Actually, because of that, it would be plus an additional 2d6.
Yeah. Oh, I still. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Oh,
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add. Can I forget if smite is. No, it's a spell. I'm in about. No.
yeah, you can't add smite to a
Ignore
spell.
me. Yeah.
It does hit it pretty damn hard, though. As you can hear the sound of splintering bone as it back cracks into the wall behind it.
I then speak in the corner of my mouth to make it sound me, but I start chanting my own name in skeleton. So
Can you speak
so
skeleton?
I just sort of do my normal voice, but it's sort of a bit more.
That's fair.
Actually, give me a sec, because I think I have in my pocket somewhere. Yes. Should I do? Wrong. Well, I shuffle for looking. I just pointed, stabbed me, and I just say, "Come forward." And then my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scuts, we're on to you. The Sandpires have revealed themselves.
Do they look like Sandpires? These most definitely look like Sandpires.
I'll zoom in on their tokens for you. So that's the more ornate, heavy ones, and these are the slightly smaller ones. So it's up to you whether you think that looks like a Sandpire.
Indefinite madness. Oh my god, these are definitely Sandpire. What do you call them?
Yellow.
She's going to hop into her cauldron and go up.
Okay. So you are currently do that one and then say I can't see these under the thing, so
Does getting into the cauldron count as my action? Or is that just my movement speed to do that?
That is part of your movement, yes.
Okay, then I will use a bonus action to cast the Magic Stone cantrip, and I will ready an action that as soon as I can take clear aim at one of these, I will throw the Magic Stones at them.
Okay.
She's just kind of sitting there, peeking over the top, trying not to look too scared.
Okay, so it's the first of the guard that is going to stagger forward ever so slightly and get beamed in the head by a rock. So go ahead and throw the rock.
Did I just become a sky turret?
As you bash it right in the top of its helmet with the rock, and it definitely dazes it, only to kind of piss it off quite a bit as he lowers his shield, pulls out a huge heavy bow, and fires a pair of arrows at your cauldron.
No.
So a 28 to hit, doing 14 damage. So let me grab your cauldron for you. Let me advance the drawing, and I can that way put it underneath you properly. So I think that's enough to meet the damage threshold, but not enough to cause because you don't have mishaps on that one. So and then he's gonna fire again with a crit. So that would be 19 points of piercing damage.
Well, I think that there goes the vehicle.
How high up in the air did you say you wanted to be?
It was a 20-foot ceiling, right?
Well, down you go 20 feet.
Whee!
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage and fall prone.
As the wind gets knocked out of her.
That was a power play right there. I respect it.
You beamed him on the head. Did quite a bit of damage because these things don't really like bludgeoning damage. So he turned around and got a crit right on your cauldron. So then you can see that they are militaristic. They can understand and think more tactically than you'd expect for a skeleton. Mr.
Fuck around with
Burbles.
Sandpires. Mr. Burbles is salivating as this thing is in a corner and he's just going to start slashing at it with his claws.
Okay.
I guess he's going to be useless for one time in his adorable little life. He does get useful once in a while. He's like the wind.
Okay. Well, that's a miss on the first one, but managed to get past the shield for the second. Doing a quite decent amount of damage. Also needs to make a dex save because these things will actually start melting.
Oh.
No, I need to make a dex save.
Oh, you do.
Because
Sorry.
so this particular
your
tomb
crit.
guard's clothes are currently now on fire. So at the start of each of its turns, it takes 1d6 fire damage and a permanent -1 to its AC until it either drops its basically drops its shield or drops its armor, or its armor goes to 0 and it falls apart.
Oh.
And it is its turn. So its AC goes down by 1 and takes 1d6 fire damage. So go ahead and roll a d6 for me. A further 6 fire damage.
He seems quite happy with himself right now.
Well, he's going to get poked with the on fire skeleton's Kopesh first. Completely missing, but as the fire burns into him, you see this awful cloud of bugs come out from between its rib cage and just fill this area around it. That one. Okay. So it'll be Scud and Mr. Burbles. I need a Constitution saving throw, please. Okay, so it's just Mr. Burbles. Gains a level of the Curse of Exhaustion. I wonder what that does. As these scarabs that fly out from beneath its bones start to just sort of sap away Mr. Burbles' energy. And he gains the following flaw that everything takes so much more time and effort than it really should.
Oh no.
He's
already
extra
bad enough.
lazy.
No. It's like these tables know the worst trait. Just like slam the go button on it.
Next, we have this one that will stride on out of its resting place towards the mighty and powerful Sogag. And while there seems to be a glimmer of... it's hard to tell whether it's recognition or respect in its stance. It's not going to hold back. So it is going to try and swipe twice with its Kopesh. 13 and a 28 to hit. Doing 14 slashing.
Is that magical?
It is magical, yes.
Oi.
Next, we have a spooky, scary skeleton that is going to fire its bow Mr. Burbles.
Just me.
An 18 to hit. Doing 5 piercing to Mr. Burbles. Bennett.
Bennett is get his bow out.
Cool.
And,
It's fair. Everyone knows that the skeletons are super weak to being shot by arrows. I mean, to be fair, they take as much damage as anybody else, but
he's gonna steady aim.
that one. Okay.
The one next to Sogeg, yeah.
So we would get sneak attack on this. An advantage for steady aim.
Ooh.
With advantage. Come on, Bennett.
Good old Bennett roll.
I'll also let you know now that it's non-magical as well, so it would have been halved as well.
Ouch.
I did put it on the turn order.
Were you not on the turn order? Did you not click your token when you rolled?
I think maybe I forgot to. Yeah.
Well, guess who's
got a
going
5.
at initiative count 0? So you get a 5. Wow. You're lucky I'm a magnanimous GM. Zolk, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna make my glorious bucket as my main action. I'd like to put it there.
I mean, you... Okay, so where are you putting your bucket?
Yeah. There we go. Let's make those two make a dex save.
Okay, the Tomb God will get a bonus for being heavily obscured. Because you are...
Fair enough.
Like, over half of him is like behind a thick wall. So I'll do his first. And it's a dex save. Yeah, he's well. He's fine.
He's good.
And a dex save for the other one. He's also fine. So
Well,
half
that's
as
me.
much. So they still take 7 points of damage.
Sogeg just pokes Sulk. Go away. Yeah, that way. Yeah.
Not taking 3 attacks.
Well, that was your bonus action, unless it was your action to create it.
The action to create it,
Okay.
bonus action to fire it.
Right. Well, it is this one over here who will step out of its little cubby hole, and it's gonna try and poke at Scuds on the ground because you are prone, so it would get advantage. But it's still a whiff. It's just a fucking skeleton.
He's
And then
breathing too heavily.
We have this one that I need to remember whether or not Zork affects undead or if it's just aberrations that get away with it. I think it's just aberrations. That is
That's
going
a good.
to poke with his Kopesh and get Zolked. Yep. It got Zolked. Then we have the one that got hit by Sogeg. He's not going to go after Sogeg. Everyone else can deal with him. As it will move towards Nadrin. and swing out with its Kopesh. 25 to hit, doing 8 slashing, and an 18 to hit, doing 7.
Yep.
Okay.
Both of those hit.
And then we have this one that will flank Sogeg and poke forth, halberd in hand. That would be a 30 to hit because it's flanking, and a 28 to hit, doing 17. I genuinely don't know why they're rolling that high. They've got a strong bonus, but they're not that strong a bonus.
Nice, yeah.
And then this one that just got set on fire is going to try and shoot the leg bucket with a crit. So that'll be
that definitely hits.
That'll be 9 piercing damage. I think roll max on the bonus one as well, so yeah, it'll be 9 piercing. Well, we're at the top of the order, but we're also at the time we usually wrap. So it's up to you guys if you want to take another round, or if we pause it there for this week.
Pause it.
I think we'll pause it here because there's a lot of monsters to deal with.
Nice.
It's all right. It's been an interesting session. And speaking of that, let's do our wrap-up stuff. So, piety points. You get a point for playing. I haven't really been doing anything for Divine Agendas, so I'll just give everybody another point for that one, because who cares? Did you perform a ritual sacrifice or great action in the name of your god? I'm going to say no. Don't think anyone did any of that. Did you act in a way that exemplifies the ideals of your patron god? I will give a point to everyone for that one there. Story points. You know, a point for playing. Did you overcome a great challenge using violent or non-violent means? You managed to kill the sand silhouette and his mighty haboob. So yeah, you get a point for that. Did you make a significant discovery or unearth some lost history? Though attempts were made and failed miserably. So no, you did not.
Yeah.
We're very good at failing, though.
You're very good at getting easily distracted. The ADHD, the party. Did you perform an act worthy of a new epithet? Does anyone feel like they've earned an epithet this week?
Scuts is doing something for just spreading the word of, and probably now just because of how
I'm
Theros
giving
works,
you
being the
a
reason
cursed
that it's
epithet of
Sandpires.
fear
That's
of Sandpires.
What? She made him up and now she's scared of him.
You've made your own boogeyman.
I love it.
Not a new epithet, but it's never actually hit off before. But I was really impressed with my fighting. She killed him. I didn't think it'd die.
It
Actually
did
went off.
get crit by yourself in the previous session, and then had a huge hit from Bennett as well. It was struggling.
Shouldn't have messed with me. And my second use ever of Mankiller, and it was against our own party.
I
wasn't even really
kind of
loyal.
want to give something between Sogek and Zolk for that whole shit show. But I've
That bout of infighting.
I almost want to put like a dual epithet, as in it's one that it's a curse spell that affects you both, that you cannot physically do damage to each other. or your abilities don't.
Is a curse.
Actually, I'd change it to no abilities affect each other. So things like Zolk's Aura of Madness wouldn't work, but Cure Wounds, Lay on Hands, all those ones wouldn't work on each other.
You could literally just spend hours stabbing each other.
Pretty much.
I healed you for 5, and the gift in return was twin damage.
I'm kind. That's a good gift.
One word for it.
We could play Knife and Spoony. We could actually just play.
So okay, I will give a point to Sogen and Zolk for this joint epithet between.
Oh, Christ.
It's not going to go wrong when we're like the only two people only have our healing left. Shit.
But essentially, you just none of your stuff affects the other. So you can, if you attack, you always miss. Spells you try to cast on each other automatically fail. Abilities you try and cast towards each other automatically fail. Until you learn to get along. That's the way we're gonna remove this cursed epithet, is when you learn the power of friendship.
I'll pull out
So
the
we
dragon
need-
chest set, and we have a
So
big
we
set.
need to get them. We need to get them a "This is our get along" T-shirt.
Yes.
Hope you're in for the long haul.
If there's space inside this Quirus for 2, you could fit in there. Probably fit under my helmet as well. You could ratatouille me.
You can go in the Pogeg pocket. It's free now.
Come on, man. Too soon. Too soon. There might be a new Pogeg in this. Oh my god.
There might
We
be.
need to get out of this room. There might be a new Pogeg in here. There's not actually. I think I sensed blood and there wasn't any. There might be
That
though.
is true. But you sensed blood the previous day or the previous 8 hours beforehand, and you have no idea where Pogeg's soul wandered off to.
I do still have his corpse that isn't decaying seriously.
Yeah, I imagine you just keeping it in your pocket.
I might turn it into a flail. But like,
I'll let you know, we were debating before we started of what you'd end up doing with the corpse of Pogeg.
All of the expectations out the
Activity.
window.
No,
doing
you've
activities.
met pretty much all of them. Every single one of us had a different suggestion. You've done all of them. I'm well impressed. So,
I must admit, I did not expect him to use it as a weapon.
oh, I most certainly did. I knew it. Absolutely, that's an immediate Sogek thing. Loyalty points for Neil and Mr. Burbles. They get a point for playing. You get a point for fighting together. Did you sacrifice something for the good of your companion? No. Did your companion perform an incredible action? Well, I will give a point to Mr. Burbles for actually sort of pointing you to the right direction of this bloody puzzle.
on your burbs.
Who would have thought the overly detailed doors were actually secret doors? Who would have known? But yeah, the Roll20 now has a way to secret doors. And I wanted to see how it was, but then I realised that they're just going to look like actual walls, like they're supposed to. And
It looked like you had a map, and it was like, oh, this map will just work. You just put like a whatever you call it, a lighting layer over.
Yeah.
I won't probe these. I won't probe them. Should have probed them. It's cool though.
Right. Thanks everybody for playing. Hopefully that was a decent enough encounter or set of encounters. Thanks everyone for watching along, whether you watched us sort of live over Scuds Butts' Twitch. Brain immediately fell apart there. Or on the VODs over on the Satyr Atlas YouTube channel. Because you're better at wrap-ups than I am. And I don't know why my brain's literally leaking out of my ears when it comes to this.
I think, wait, one more thing before we go. I think I have to share this. Do I have... Okay, I have to add it to I really want to share this. I doodled it while while I was drawing, while we were playing, and there we go, Clip Studios right there. So, I drew Neil, and he kind of looked like what do you see on the coat of arms? There we go. And I was like, what if I just made us all idiots into a thing? And so I did, and it says, "What's the worst that can happen?" And I'm trying to figure out what to do for Zol. I just thought it was kind of funny.
That's
Like I play with a
yeah,
bunch.
that's accurate.
So, I'm glad. I really enjoy Thursdays, and this is the best. So, if you had fun with us, enjoy some more shenanigans with us next time. Same time next week on Thursday. And I've been working my butt off, so I think it's time for Pokemon tomorrow. If you want to catch that stream, check my socials for links to go live. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it so much. Take care, have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.